Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode live of For the Love of Details. Thank you guys for joining me on this Monday night. Want to quickly announce 20% off Clean by Pan shampoo, 3 and 8 year ceramic coating right now on the House of Rag, celebrating his 10 years on YouTube. Don't forget, Chris 10 will save you 10% on non-discounted items. So you guys, tonight we have such an interesting conversation coming. I am so excited to bring this guest on. We're going to talk about something a little different today. We're going to stick with the detailing content, but we're going to talk about the mindset behind detailing and how to actually think like a business owner. And in order to have this conversation, I am bringing in someone whom I respect so much. He is an amazing dude. You know him as Detailed AF. What's up,
Oh,
Adrian?
that was an awesome intro. By the way, how are you doing?
I am great. I'm happy to be here. How are you?
I am doing well. I see a bunch of cool people in the comments chats going crazy, but yeah, thank you for the opportunity to hang out and chat for a little bit.
Yeah, super excited. I don't know why I haven't had you on already, but thank you for taking your time on this busy Monday. We were talking backstage. You know, you're a father. This is not your only gig. You have a full-time job. So the fact that you took time out to be here tonight, I really appreciate it. So thank you.
No, thank you. I enjoy it. You guys have given me a lot as a whole in the community, and so the best way to give back is to educate each other, talk and learn from one another. So
I
I'm all for it.
totally
So
agree.
thank you.
Totally agree. So then what do you say we get to talking? You ready?
Deal.
All right. For those of you that do not know Adrian, do you want to give us just a little bit of a background on who you are, how you kind of got started in this business, where you are today?
Yeah, so as you guys could see it, detailed AF. Most people think it's the AF stands for something else, which is my total intention. But the AF is actually my first and last name. It just so happens that I'm funny like that. The business was actually created because of initially Phoenix EOD. They were looking for a distributor. And at the time, I was not a business. I've always been into cars, building cars, fixing cars, motorcycles, keeping cars clean, and then never charged anybody. Right, done work, never really charged anybody, and from that, it slowly got people's attention. Once I learned as a business, you could write some stuff off. I ran with it, and
That
so
works.
thankfully, yeah, Aaron with Phoenix EOD gave me the opportunity, and slowly have been growing and adding different brands. So it's business. I think we've been running about 3 years total, and every year growing a little bit more. And so at the end of the day, the local business is growing a lot more now. So that's also fun to be friends with all the local people more than online, right? Getting the people to stop
Yeah,
by every once in a while
yeah,
and pick up some stuff. So
yeah.
yeah, been in
Network
it for a minute.
networking is a thing. Um, and I do see you. Actually, let's talk about really quickly. You go to, different events. What events have you been at? Because I've seen you with like a booth and what's that all about?
So there's a booth. If you see me in a booth or my own booth, then that's
Yeah.
probably a car show being
Okay.
posted. So I attend local car shows.
Okay.
For my real job, I do work in something else. For my real job, I travel a lot. And so I use those free flying miles, free hotels to attend MTE over in Orlando, attend
Mm,
SEMA, or even just go visit people.
yeah.
I think I went to the Budco. I didn't think I went to the Budco event over in Utah.
Nice.
And so I just try to make an opportunity to try to meet people, build relationships, and try to give back to some of the people that's helped me as I've kind of come up through the process as well.
Yeah. Very nice. And before this live is over, Becca, maybe you can help me, or Adamo, but if we could, somebody could help me, and I should have already had this done, so I apologize. But if we could drop Adrian's link to his shop in the chat, just to give him some business, that would be amazing. Adrian, 10 brands do you carry right now? What are you carrying? I see some behind you.
Yeah. I carry a little bit mixed bag. Let's just call it the essentials. So as you guys
I
know,
like that.
Phoenix EOD brand, that's what started the excitement. Shortly thereafter, I believe I added Autofiber. After adding Autofiber, I believe I added MTM or Veloci.
Okay.
And then to round up the line, we ended up adding Buff and Shine somewhat recently for pads.
Nice.
And then recently we added the tilted sprayers, which had a little bit of hype. I like them. I think they're right about here. So the tilted sprayers, and I totally missed it. Probably the second brand I added is BioBomb.
Biobombs.
And so that's kind of the mixed bag that I carry now. I do plan to add a little bit more soon. I don't want to announce it too early, but I do plan to add a little bit more and invest in myself, invest in the business, and also provide an offering to others.
Nice. You know, you kind of just said something that I think is a great leadway into our first talking point. So, just to kind of reiterate, the topic tonight is thinking with a business mindset. And when we were talking before we came on the show, you said something that really stuck out to me. You said that a lot of people say they run a business, but they're still operating like consumers. And that really stuck out to me because I don't think I had ever really heard it be put in that frame. And I think that is super interesting. And you just said something about those tilted sprayers. You said that they are a little bit of hype. So let's kind of get to talking about that whole buying based hype versus ROI, return of investment, because I think hype
Yeah.
gets the best of us sometimes, even as a business owner. So let's kind of start there. What is your opinion on that whole buying based hype versus ROI?
Yeah, so if we just go straight into the concept, and I guess it's the topic of why we're here together today.
Yeah.
When you are let's say a DIY person, or just a consumer, you tend to find brands that come out and something's new, a new spray, new shampoo, and you tend to start collecting probably more products than you'll ever consume.
Mhm.
And so, for those of you that are businesses, you have to think different, right? At the end of the day, you have to find out what is your best bang for buck, or alternatively, what products do you enjoy working with? And you could either support them by buying them, obviously buy larger volumes. But I would bet, I would bet that most DIY people probably have a whole shelf full of random brands that don't ever get through them, right? It's very common, and that is a consumer mindset. As a business, that needs to stop, or alternatively say, okay, I will use the business and have a X amount of budget for, we'll call it R&D, right?
Okay.
That R&D will be, okay, every month I will try a shampoo this month, or I'll try a sealant this month, right? Does it beat or meet, or is it better than whatever it is that my business is using? Or can I save money, right? Based on the use. And so the goal is that you have your set stuff and you don't keep changing all the time, but you stay consistent. So because we're on this Thor channel, the Thor business program, you get the discount and then you also get the shipping. That's genius, right? If you stay consistent, that is a good deal.
Yeah.
But to always buy different brands, it just takes away from a good business model, right? It's not one that is healthy, because if you're not budgeting or running your numbers well, you may easily start leaning on, I spent a little bit more than I should on products and I'm realizing that I'm not using it. Right.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that you got a couple elements that are important. One is your time and two is the products, right? There's probably a couple overheads. But your time and the products, those are the big heaviest hitters, because that's what you're going through. And so at the end of the day, you do want products that work, that are cost effective, and limit yourself to not follow hype, but just be consistent. At the end of the day, somebody's paying you for the result, not for the brand you're using. I think most consumers, or let's say just your customer, I don't know if they care what ceramic coating that you're using, right? I don't know if
Mhm.
they really pay attention. Very few know about brands, types of coatings, but most consumers don't know. And so you're the one educating them. So the products, they don't really care what products they use. But us as fanatics, we're all over it. And so
Yeah.
those are the elements that, if you are a business, just think about how you're doing it. How do you lower your cost overall? How do you increase the profit in your pocket? And then how do you charge accordingly? At the end of the day, that's really what matters.
Conway has a comment here. He's saying his business stuff is separate from the enthusiast side. So he uses his enthusiast side to test things that may or not be. But that's a good point, because although you are a business and you have those set products that work, at some point, don't you want to also kind of innovate and make things better?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Technology is changing at such a rapid pace. Does your business need to keep up with technology? What is your stance on that?
I think it's good to pulse check, but as a business, you know what you're doing. You know if what you're doing is really good. Um, let's use let's use the example of polishers, just because I think it's easier, right? There is polishers. Even Detoco had polishers. I don't know if they still have them, but Detoco had polishers that were very cost competitive. I think now the clean one, a DIY one,
Mhm.
right? There's polishers that are way more expensive than those, almost 100% more expensive. When you think about it, by buying the ones that are more expensive, if it's 100% more expensive, does it improve your skill by 100%?
Mm.
The answer's no, right? And so at the end of the day, it's good to test, but it's also good to just review what you're doing. Do you feel you need improvement in certain areas? I think it was Ivan that I first heard it, Ivan LaCroix, where he said, record yourself, right?
Yeah.
How does your setup look like? Are you running to your cart? Are you running to your garage or your van all the time? Those are things that you need to analyze yourself, right? You need to continuously improve yourself. But when you have a system working, there's no reason to always change it, because it may change your process. And so outside of that, I think, yeah, there's always room to have fun in a business. Similar to what Conway said, in a business, yes, you can expense the fun. All I would say is, as a business, just consolidate your fund to a budget and play with it, but take it in mind that you want to try to bring something in that may have the potential to either have a better experience, maybe save you time, or just be fun, right? Like I followed the hype for KCX when it was the Christmas scent,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Uh, I also wanted to have fun, just the holiday style fun. But yeah, I do that as well randomly. But other than that, when it comes to business, I keep that kind of lean, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And that does make sense. And it gets me to thinking, business owners, obviously you want to make money at the end of the day, right? You are searching for the best system to bring in, the biggest bang for your buck. So I feel like shortcuts versus systems is another piece here. Like what should be valued more? Shortcuts to gain you more money at the end of the day, or sticking with a system that might lead to a little less profit, because I feel like, again, anything you can do to make things easier, right?
Yeah, and this is a good question, because I don't know if there's really shortcuts, right? Because at the end
Yeah.
of the day, um, there's a couple perspectives that we just need to be transparent on. One, there is the expectation of, I know what Adrian can do, right? And you can't always apply that to every customer, because their pockets may not cause me to do my best.
Mm.
And so one is, depending on your customer's expectation, give them what they're asking for, right? Or the amount of time they're willing to pay for you to get that done. And so for me, I don't know if there's a shortcut, because at the end of the day, all the enthusiasts, those that are in the comments, you guys have probably a better eye than most, than all. And because of that, we're going to want to do a better job in general. But if the customer is not willing to pay it, then don't exhaust yourself to the benefit of the customer, right? There's some customers that, yes, I'll leave a treat, I'll leave a goodie, but I'm going to meet the customer's needs and request, and then from there figure it out, right? But so shortcuts, I don't know if there is shortcuts, but when I say shortcuts, I come to your process. Find a process that works for you, keep it consistent. If you find something is a time saver, like the common thing that's happening that I'm seeing now is a lot of people are using pre-wash probably better than ever before,
Mm,
right?
yeah.
So, and the products are becoming better for pre-wash, and so maybe you could almost get away with the touchless if the vehicle doesn't is not that bad, and so spray a good pre-wash on it, allow it to eat, come back with the foam and spray it off. Uh, that could be a shortcut, right? All
Yeah.
depending on the status of the vehicle and what the customer is paying, the type of service that they're paying for. But I think if you have your process ironed out and you're consistent, I think that's the greatest win for yourself and as a business.
Well, talk about consistency. Here comes Keeb with his roasts. How is this guy going to fix a business? He can't even choose the right shade of blue.
It's funny coming from a guy who picked my color blue for his what is his little machine? Uh, Keith, what is the name of your little machine? Your excavator. Yeah, he picked an excavator, my color, and I know he dedicated it to me. So thank you, Keith. I love you too.
He's going to get your logo painted on the side.
Yes. Fun fact: we were on a different call, and he asked me for a sticker so he could put it on the
There you go.
excavator. So I need to send one out to you, Keith. Thank you.
I love it. Conway says most detailers are their worst enemies. They go way
Yes.
too far, see way too much, think they need to do way more than needed. Again, stuff
that
the
is-
customer will never see.
And you know what? I think I fell into that problem early on, right? Early on, one, I was not charging enough, and two, I was trying to seek my potential or perfection.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, probably my first coatings, I was charging like $400, right? To me, I wouldn't even touch a car for that amount, but $400, my first coating, and I was doing like a potential 3-step. It wasn't efficient. I was not effective initially, right? Now with all this experience and having a smoother process, loving rotary more than DA, so you pick up skills that save you time, but early on, it's a challenge, right? And so,
Yeah.
but yeah. Adamo says he has a nice excavator. Do you see that? I told you.
Yeah. What did Keith say? The price was right. It's $5 a day for that sticker to stay on there.
That's worth it. That's worth it.
I think so.
I get
too.
marketing. I get marketing in cars and his grass, cutting grass lawn care. Like that's a deal.
I totally agree.
Yeah,
you kind of touched on skill a little bit earlier. And this is one thing. Now, obviously, I'm not a professional. I do not run a business, but I know one thing I feel like is a problem for me is I chase the tools instead of building the skill. Because I feel like if you have the next best thing, you don't need the skill. I shouldn't say you don't need the skill, but you have the tool to help you along.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? Chasing tools instead of building skill. Is that a real thing?
That is. I think it goes back to the little concept that I brought up of does the 100% item cost more, or does it make me 100% better?
Yeah.
And so while I think the right tool helps, yeah, Tim is awesome. I love Tim. While I think that the tool helps, honing your skill is probably more important. I'm not as OCD as some channels out there, but I like to perfect my craft or learn by myself.
Yeah.
And so one of the things I highly recommend is going to the junkyard, getting yourself a couple panels, finding some body shops that are willing to release some panels, and lock yourself in a garage and try to fix those panels that you got from the junkyard. Try different methods. I think to me that's way more important than having the most premium tool. When I first, I don't want to talk about brands, but when I first started, I had the luxury brand of polishers, and I won't lie to you, I'm using ShineMate right now, and I haven't changed.
Yeah.
And so to me, it's not about the brand. It's about, does this do the job? Is it priced right? Now I want to go cordless, and so I am looking at options. But
Yeah.
um,
So
it's
wait,
not about the brand.
I don't need that $800 Merca. You mean I don't really need that?
I think it's really nice, and you could write it off. But what I am saying is, yeah, there's a bunch of other tools that will get the job done. It's more
Yeah.
important for you to learn how to use a tool than to have the flagship. I think as your business grows, as you have a higher profit margin associated to your work,
Yeah.
then at that point it doesn't matter. But I do see, there's local detailers here. We don't have to say names, but there's local detailers here that have a Krensla in their van, but they have the cheapest foam cannon from Amazon and cheapest gun from Amazon, right? It's you have to find that balance. I almost prefer a fancier gun than a Krensla. Not that I have anything against a Krensla, but
Yeah.
that's an awesome machine. But you have to also find the balance, right? How much
Yeah.
profit are you bringing in? Um, does $1,000+ machine, does it make
That
sense?
makes sense. Yeah.
For me, well, I guess while I'm talking about a mobile with an expensive machine, to me, I think like a 2.0 GPM, under 3.0 GPM for mobile makes sense. Anything north of that, then we're
Yeah.
just blowing through water, right?
Yeah.
You're not in a building, and to me that doesn't make sense. But everybody gets to manage their own businesses. It's just what I'm catching, what I'm finding. People show me
Yeah.
their setups, and I'm like, uh,
Yeah.
we could help each other out here.
Look who it is. Eileen. What is up?
No,
Oh my goodness.
she's the BFF.
Ah,
I am guilty. Eileen will confess, but every time Eileen places an order, I always throw something green in it.
oh, I love it. What is up,
So
Eileen? Long time no talk. I'm so glad to see you here. Definitely miss seeing you. Hope you are well. I love that you guys are still BFFs AF.
yeah, she's awesome. Same with I see Tim asking me about my chow chow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Eileen says, don't lie to your
Tim's another one. Yeah. Well, yeah, every time she places an order, I'll try to throw something random
I love
that's green.
I
And so
love
it's
that.
just
I
yeah,
love it.
it's cool.
Okay. So we've talked a little bit about this core topic, but what I want to really get into now is this whole idea of consumer versus operator mindset, because again, that was kind of the
Mhm.
whole point of the show. Okay. And I know we've kind of, touched on it already. And you are talking about it. You're saying people are going to spend hundreds of dollars on products, but not invest in marketing or systems that actually bring in revenue. So, what is something or what is a habit that instantly tells you someone is thinking like a consumer and not a business owner? What is something, and I guess we've kind of touched on it already a little bit,
Yeah,
but
it's
what is that shift? How do you think like a business owner and not a consumer?
I think when you have the time to like sit down and write down what you're doing, what did you spend on the following, set yourself a budget. What is the cost for you to detail a vehicle, right? What is your cost versus your profit? Like if you take the time to just do that math, simplify that information, um, minimize the amount of testing, right? You could always allocate testing. I think that's healthy. But if you simplify what you're doing, how do you become cost effective? Maybe even add rinseless into your regiment, right? Like there's so many ways to simplify, cut down. There's so many cost effective ways of different shampoos and stuff and products that I think you just need to take a moment to observe yourself, know your business very well, in and out, and then from there, find areas that you could improve, right?
Yeah.
Others will find areas faster than yourself, but you do need to sit down. And then when it comes to businesses, take advantage of all the free stuff, right? There's Facebook, there's Google, there's even Yelp. There's just about any avenue that you could take advantage of it. I tend to hide from YouTube, besides this and other channels. But I tend to hide from YouTube, but that's also my Achilles heel, right? I don't do YouTube myself. But you have to take advantage of all the opportunities, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you don't get the customer local, but maybe you have the customer extended away for whatever other reason. Maybe I could ship something to them or whatever that is, right? But
Yeah.
there's just different ways to do business, gain business, and you can't limit yourself. But you have to know your business, and the only one that's going to know it is yourself. And if you don't invest in yourself and what you're doing, or if you don't know what you're doing when it comes to like the numbers,
Yeah.
it's going to be a problem, right? It'll end up catching up to you.
Yeah. I feel like once you start, and then again, correct me and people in the chats too, once you start getting into like the YouTube and the TikTok and all of those things, I understand that a lot of that could be for marketing, but that's also where you're going to see a lot of the trends. And I feel like trends are easy to jump on. So I
Yeah.
guess my question is how do those business owners who jump on those platforms stay away from following that trend instead of keeping it straight focused on business? I feel like that's hard because then you start wanting numbers. You want to start, does that make sense? You want to start seeing, people who are
This,
actually watching your posts and, how do you keep that fine line between the two?
to me, I think trends are more stuck on the products than people's process. I don't think the process changed too often.
Okay.
Right? Like I may get shot for this, but I've said it before. Like, and I saw it on the chat, so it rings a bell because it's how I feel. I don't really use iron remover, right? To me, the iron remover was a trend. It was a trend so that you could visually see iron potentially on a vehicle, on a contaminated vehicle. I don't think it's cost effective, if that's the right way to say it, right? I think by the time you clay and wash, if you were to try to spray iron remover after, you're going to see that there's going to be pretty much nothing there, especially after you polish. And so um, I will you'll never see me drench a vehicle with iron remover. One, when you look at it outside of ceramic coating, iron remover is probably one of the most costly products in your
Mhm.
lineup.
Yeah.
And here you are giving the vehicle a bath,
Yeah.
right? And so
Um,
maybe to me, go ahead.
no, I'm saying
No,
true. Like that.
yeah, maybe to me, I think an eye remover is good for a customer. Like if I want to show off to a customer and say, I could show you a spot and let me spray this iron remover just to show you, maybe that's a good demo. But once I'm in it, I will almost never use iron remover on a body, just because to me it's not cost effective. To me, I don't need to know it's contaminant. I could one either feel it,
Mhm.
or I could see it. And at that point, I'm probably going to go in with the clay bar, clay mitt, clay whatever. And then by the time I'm polishing it, I'm going to be good, right? I'll be good
Yeah.
at the end of the day. I'm pretty confident that that process is taken care of. But there's just different things. There's different ways to get around it. Now, on the other hand, is iron remover needed? I think it is in the industry if you have a car that is ceramic coated, right?
Yeah.
The least aggressive method. Iron remover could be that, or an acid wash could be that. But I don't know, for some reason it's just not it'll never be the first thing I go to, or something I use a lot of. Um, and so it's just I could see it for wheels a little bit different, but not for body. It just
Yeah.
doesn't catch
Um,
my mojo.
are you into the whole iron remover with the clay towel? Would you call that a trend?
No, because at the end of the day, you're either using clay lube, and so again, back to like the DIY.
Yeah.
The DIY method is he has a iron remover that I believe it has surfactants or lube, it lubricates, and so and you notice the way he says it is using minimal, right? One spray, put it on and you wipe it down, and so but it's a minimalist concept, which is for me, I get it, that's perfect. But if I'm doing a car and I know I'm going to clay it, the foam that is in my foam cannon, I will foam up the car, wash it. After I'm done washing it, I foam it back up with the leftover that's there, and then I use that as my clay or
Yeah.
as my lubricant.
Yeah.
And so again, it's cost effective. It's probably like the last that last little piece of foam that after you foam up a car, usually you have a little bit left. I'm now putting it to use instead of letting it sit on my
Yeah.
vehicles. And so um,
Let's see. Eileen says she put 6 ounces in a foam cannon with a splash of Pans soap. I have never even thought about using
six
that.
ounce
Is
of
she
iron
talking?
remover.
Are you talking about iron remover, Eileen? I would have never thought to put it in a foam can. Becca says Eileen is
I can
bougie.
see that.
Um,
Yeah, yeah. When she details, I think she has her pinky in the air. I think that's what I saw last video.
but yeah, it's Dan says iron remover pretty controversial. Looking here in the comments, I guess I didn't realize how controversial iron remover is. We have a lot of different perspectives, in here, but you are right. That again was a novel concept when you're saying it literally is probably one of the most expensive chemicals in your lineup, yet as a business you're then drenching it all over a car. That I again never thought of that. That
And
is
even let's talk about a little bit of the controversy. So yes, iron remover does need dwell time, right? But you're also paid based on time, right? Like it's something that I don't have the time to sit there and watch it look pretty and turn purple.
oh yeah.
Uh, and so for me, I won't have the time to do that. I won't dedicate that time, but it is something that I prefer to just grab old school clay bar and go to town because I know I'm polishing after. If I'm not polishing, then yes, I will allow something to dwell on it to help me get to, like, let's say a quick clay and seal, right?
Yeah.
I will allow something to dwell on it to try to get to that solution.
Yeah.
But if I know I'm polishing, I really want to just get all of it off, polish it, and then we're back at it.
Yeah. Eileen says she was trolling.
Oh, I know. She's comedy. I love her.
Good thing you said that, Eileen. I might have gone out and actually tried that. You know what I mean? Bricked my whole phone.
Yeah.
Donald says it's all situational, which I think is what we're kind of saying here. And
Oh, look at Franco's comment. Franco put a comment.
but do you allow pre-foams to dwell? What's the problem with iron remover?
Yeah, so if I'm doing a vehicle, Franco, I usually do it really early in the morning. And so the pre-foam, sometimes I will do a pre-foam, and as I'm doing the pre-foam, I go to the wheels, right? And so while the car's dwelling, the sun's not beating on it, I get to the wheels while it's soaking, as long as I'm not in the sun.
Yeah.
And so I try to balance out whatever's dwelling. I try to take that advantage of time and go knock out something else, right? As long as I'm cautious about make sure it's not drying. Is there anything sensitive? And so yes, if there's dwell time, I'm doing something else. And if I don't have dwell time, then I guess somebody paid me well to just sit around and twiddle my thumbs. But
Right.
I try to take the opportunity of dwell time to focus on something else and
Yeah.
balance it out.
Yeah.
Just figure it out, right? You don't want to be sitting around while you're getting paid to knock something out. The faster you knock something out, the more income hypothetically it is if you look at it like cost per hour, right?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how we're playing it.
Conway says that if you use iron remover as it's supposed to, it's a pre-treat. It's meant to eat the rust around the iron particles and help make them less stubborn to remove, which
100%.
requires dwell time. So
Yep, that is its true intention. 100%.
yeah, I absolutely agree. Before we move on, I think there was a couple questions. Again, you guys, as I always say, if you have questions, drop them in the chat and I will star them. So let's go ahead. There's just a couple here. I think he's saying, do you recommend attending training events? PNS, Rennie Doyle, Detail King.
That's a good one. Let's be as genuine as we can here. If you know how to code a car, do you need the coding course? I would say no. But what you will learn at these events is different methods that maybe you haven't used. And so everybody does things slightly different. And for me, those courses, especially like someone like Rennie Doyle, they've been doing it for a minute, probably longer than us. And so you'll probably learn something from them. At that point, I think it's worth it. But to say that I need a certificate to get a coding, for me, I would say no. I would not take a course just to get certified for a coding. If you already know how, all codings are similar. There's a couple out there that I got wind of that are slightly different that, yes, maybe we need to learn because it's different.
Yeah.
But other than that, learning from someone that's been in the business, potentially it will give you an improvement within your own business. I think that makes sense. Also, take the opportunity to show up to those classes with questions.
Yeah,
What
I agree there.
doubts do you have? What questions do you have? Show up to class prepared, because at the end of the day, those are the ones that may help you answer it from a perspective of their own. Maybe they dropped the ball and that's their learning experience, and it'll prevent you from dropping the ball. So
Yeah.
yeah, show up to those with a couple questions, and hopefully they'll help you answer or save you some time.
Yeah. I agree. It is on my bucket list to get to Florida one of these days because I would love to take Mike Phillips, one of his courses. Um, but yeah, I think you're right when it comes to, I know certification is always a hot topic as well. You know, you have the IDA and, you know, people who again tell you you need a certification to apply a certain coding, especially there are some companies who won't allow you to, you know, use their codings at all without that type of thing. And that always intrigues me, right? Because I mean, I don't really think it's fair to say if you use one coding, you've used them all, because I do think codings are very specific. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, I also don't know that if you know, are experienced in applying them that you need certification. I don't know. That's a
Yeah, and I don't have anything against them, right? Because at the end of the day, if you're doing it to build yourself, that's the 100% the right reason.
yeah,
If you're doing it because you believe that that certificate is going to get you more business, that's the wrong way to see it, right? But
yeah,
if you're going to do it because, hey, let's say I need to learn about PPF, then go take a course and go learn, right? Or um, things like that, right? Do it because you want to grow your knowledge yourself. Don't do it because you believe the customers are going to come. That usually most customers don't care what certificates you have.
yeah,
It does make you look more professional in quotations, but you're not going to get customers because of the certification. There's usually those customers come because of your maybe previous work, word of mouth. Those customers are coming because something that you've done well.
yeah.
And so those are the things to kind of look into.
That's a great point. Um, Speaking of codings, Eileen says, shout out to you, the handsome bald man on the screen, because you helped her today with some anxiety.
Yeah,
But
and let's give some kudos to Detail Co Thick. Thanks to Eddie and Jamie, and I'll touch on Eileen's comment. Thanks to Eddie and Jamie, when Detail Co Thick first came out, I was fortunate to receive of that bottle. And so I used it, had experience with it, and then later the educational videos came out. And so Eileen was asking me, "Hey, how did you use Thick, or what's your recommendation?" And I'm like, "Thick, my vehicle parks outside every day, all day. It's never in the garage, and it's performing as day one. So the quality of coding is amazing. I think it says about like 40% solids the last time I recall. And so if being that it's high solids, you will get a high spot if you accidentally leave it, right? It's one of those coatings that you can't come back later and wipe off. It's one of
yeah,
those coatings that you're gonna
you have
come
to
back to polish.
polish off. Yeah.
Yeah, or sand off. It's just such a solid. It's just a solid coating and super slick. And so Eileen hit me up earlier today. She's like, "What? I'm about to use it. What's your thoughts?" And I gave her a couple pointers and then forward her. I think it was a Jamie video, that you could activate it with the damp, so you could wipe it off and with the damp rag, um, kind of activate it. And so yeah, just little tips that you need to learn in order to make it easier on you, right?
Yeah.
But fun fact, when I finished my vehicle, I think I sent the image to either Jamie or Eddie after I installed Thick. And as I send the image, I'm noticing that in the image I had a high spot on my car. It was super hilarious. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna run outside and go wipe it. Nope.
No.
It did not work. I had to polish it off and then finish that section, but it was pretty funny.
Yeah. Conway is talking about Luminous Pairway. I'm not sure if Adrian, you have any Luminous brand products or have used them, but
Oh, interesting. I have
yeah,
not.
Pairway seems to be one of those like diamonds in the rough where it is doing some crazy things, but definitely will remove a high spot. And yeah,
Yeah.
which is pretty interesting. So I have it. I haven't played with it yet, but it seems to be a killer product. So
Yeah, I see Guardian's message. If Detail Co became easier or user friendlier, they probably did a quick update. But I had like V1. Shout out
oh,
to V1 stuff. It's fun. So, oh, did you just disappear on me? Am I on the show by myself? Want to change topics, everyone?
my computer has done this like every live.
I thought you were leaving me alone. I was about to change topics on you.
Well, we can change the topic. What do you want to talk about?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, it's
But
driving me nuts. Sorry, guys.
but yeah, but V1 stuff is fun, and yeah, can we just give kudos to like people that really continue their innovation, enhance
Yes.
products. I like Nemesis V1. You know, I had an awesome phone party, and so there's things that is just
Almost
fun, right? But
fun. Yeah.
yeah, it just allow yourself and allow companies to reinvent, to keep it fresh, to keep it innovative. Um, yeah, I think Christy did do it on purpose. Um, to me, that's I think we kind of said it right before we jumped on. That is telling of the mindset of a business owner, right?
Mm,
Continuous improvement. They're about the business. They look for improvements. Like to me, if you have an owner with that mindset, I'm going to stand behind you. I'm going to go buy your products. I'm going to go test them out. I literally have different brands also on my shelf
yeah.
in front of me. That type of mindset attracts me as a fellow business owner because I know that no matter what I grab from their brands, I have confidence that I'm going to be all right. That
Yeah.
I'm going to get a hitter. I'm going to get a hitter no matter what.
Yeah.
And so these are the things that that we just need to keep an eye out for. One, right, is just keep an eye out for the business, the owner. How does
I
he
agree.
move? What does he like? And if they're innovating, and if you got different variations, then that means they're rocking and rolling.
Yeah. So the whole idea, right, of being a business owner is you want that ROI, right? You want that return of investment. What is something that you think business owners overcomplicate that stop them from?
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
I think it goes. Yeah, I think it goes back to the product hype,
Mm,
where they may lose more money by buying different things, right? If you just trust that your skill will meet customers' demand or surpass customers' demand, the products that you use will not be as relevant to them, right? And so I do think that trust that your capabilities and your skills, hone in your practice your skills, trust that those are good, because once you have good products mixed with your skills, then you are going to be styling. And there's so many darn good products out there now
there is. There really is.
than ever before, that it just makes it that much easier to find a hitter and makes it exciting. And if you don't like something because the way, like for me, vanilla, I can't do vanilla on anything. And so it could be the best soap in the world. If it smells like vanilla, like I'm
Yeah.
done. And so you have the options to go
Yeah.
find something that you like, a
Yeah.
tropical or whatever scent that you like.
Yeah.
You have the ability to go pick something awesome that smells
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
But me, anything vanilla, I can't.
Yeah.
I'll throw it away. I
Yeah.
could care less how amazing it is.
Mine is mint. If it smells like spearmint gum, I'm not having
Oh,
it.
for real?
This is an inside joke. So there's Luminous Mint, which is an amazing shampoo, but I cannot for the life of me get behind spearmint or like double mint. You know, the green gum?
Yeah,
Spirit,
yeah, yeah.
it smells just like that,
Too
and
funny.
I can't.
Yeah, yeah. That the same thing
It's
for
one
me
of
with
those things,
vanilla.
you know? Anyway, we do have a couple more questions that I wanna make sure that we get to. However, I think I saw something again. Okay, we kind of mentioned, Conway and how amazing he is, Adrian.
Hmm.
And this guy's he oh my god. It just never fails. Every podcast he comes on and he gives with his whole heart. So he says, let's do a giveaway. How about a Detail Co Thick and a bottle of Pearway in honor of our guest, Adrian?
Oh,
Uh,
that's awesome.
Amazing, Conway. Every time. I love it. Thank you, Conway. Truly appreciate you. You know I do. Yeah, let's see. Now let me think. You know what we're gonna do this time? We will do the giveaway. Let's answer the questions and then we'll get to that giveaway. I think I've starred them all. So I don't miss any. Let's see here. Dark Dragon is saying, I think he might have, I don't know, maybe noticed the Sweet Elite. Do you think they are good enough to carry? So this is Car Candy's new line of products. What do you think about them?
I am enjoying them. If we're being real honest, I'm not surprised that they're good because of the people behind them. If you guys know, it's Sydney and Josh. Uh, Sydney is quite darn popular. Josh is super popular as well on the back end, and so with the right, we go back to the right business mindset. With the right leaders comes good stuff. This Sweet Elite line, it is all ready to use. I do wish it was concentrated.
Hmm.
I have not used every single thing yet. I think I'm missing the wheel and tire, but I have used the rinseless. Speaking of free gifts, Eileen got the remaining of my rinseless. Talking about free gifts, I have used the rinseless. That smelled really good. It's super good cleaning. What else did we use? The interior cleaner smells like uh, pink Starburst, and it cleans really well and suds well. I just finished using the ceramic detailer. It
Mhm.
works well. I used it as a wet, like almost like a drying aid, and then fully dry. And so the product lines are good. Will I carry it? I don't know if I'm going to carry them yet. I have my eyes on other brands at the moment, but they are good and they're ready to use. If they were concentrated, it'd probably have my attention a bit more. But because they're ready to use, I get more detailers that come by. I don't know if a lot of detailers buy ready to use as much. I
Mm,
think a lot of detailers like to save a couple bucks and use the concentrated versions. But is Sweet Elite good? I Coming from me, I would say yes. That whole product line that Sydney and Josh put together, they have some hitters, and their fragrances match the Sweet Elite name,
nice,
or the car candy name, and so they did. Yeah, they did a good job. So shout out to Sydney and Josh for
nice.
putting some good stuff together.
As somebody asked, is this like would you call it their upper line, or I don't know that you would call it their pro line since
I
there are
I
RTU.
don't. Yeah, I don't know exactly. I'm gonna take a wild guess. I think their car candy line was really meant for like a tunnel wash, big business.
Mm,
I think that's what their focus was. And I think the Sweet Elite line is a little bit more designed for that DIYer or pro enthusiast slash
yeah,
detailer.
yeah,
And so this line here is probably more designated for us. Anybody that's following or watching this, I guarantee you this is more designed for us. And so I think they did a good job. I like it. Some of the scents are a little bit strong, and so yeah, you play with it, you spray with it, and as you're cleaning, it's almost like an interior scent, like it's almost like a mini
and
bio bomb because
cleaners.
the scent is strong, but you're still getting the job done, and so it's fun, right?
Yeah,
And I do enjoy fun products.
nice. Um, let's see. Do you feel a website is a must-have to grow your business to go full-time? I still work full-time, evening, and clean vehicles 5 days a week and mornings. I live in a small rural area. What do you think, Adrian?
Rich, I would say yes, 100%. The only reason being is that it gives somebody where to go to What do you offer? You could set up your pricing. And even though if you work 5 days a week, you set the schedule when you want, right? At the end of the day, you get to do the business when you want, but you could have your business presented 24/7, let alone you could do Google Maps, you could do SEO, you could do blogs that tie back to your work. You could do images. Like there's just so much to take advantage of the technology just to get you business. And then slowly, as people search within your area, I think it's going to help. Is it a must? I don't know if it's a must because usually the word of mouth is stronger. But yeah, actually, I changed my mind. I say it's a must. It's so low cost. Yeah, it's so low
Yeah.
cost. Let's say, I don't know, $10, $10 a month, $9 a month to host or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's worth it, right? At the end of the day, it's worth it.
Yeah. Let's see, back to really quickly. I don't know if we hit on this or not. Adrian, you can help me out. Iron removers with surfactants for clay towels. Do you feel they are less effective than those that are formulated not to be towel compatible?
Ooh, that's a good one, Wes.
That is a good one.
I don't know if I've come across an iron remover not as effective because of the surfactants.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people that are adding surfactants now, like DIY, they're pretty darn savvy to put out a good product, right? And so, but
Yeah.
I haven't come across one that I don't think is decent. There's other random brands that we don't have to say names that, yeah, there's just whatever. But all the brands that we know that are this community is around, yeah, I think they're good. I think the only difference is the chemical for the purpling effect. Some people put more than others is my wild guess because there is products that are like rich dark purple and then there's products that are like pinkish purple, right?
Yeah.
And so I think the amount of chemical, is that the right way to say it? Amount of chemical in a chemical? The amount of chemical in a product, I think may vary, the percentages of them. But I don't think having a surfactant is an issue.
Yeah. Let's see. Adrian, here we go. Do you get your business through organic social, GPP website? How do you get your customers into your sales funnel?
When I first started, it was all online. I did not have a local community. This past 3 years since I've been in business, I've put a large effort in reaching out to local people, offering advice, offering some free product. Um, you could say I expensed a lot of money initially just to get Phoenix EOD's name brand out there because a lot of the brands, a lot of local peoples don't know, right? They're very stuck on the big boy brands or the marketed brands. And so it took me a while. Now I think I have a really good relationship with a lot of local detailers. So shout out to all the local detailers in San Diego that keep me afloat, right? At the end of the day, they're the ones doing more business, buying more frequently. But initially, it was all website. I was shipping everywhere, Florida, Hawaii, um, everywhere. And now I think a lot more of my business is coming in to my third car garage little store. And yeah, either ordering as people request. People sometimes say, hey, I want this new product. I'll either source it or I'll carry it.
Yeah.
Up here, the brushes came out from Auto Fiber. People requested it, so I brought it in, and so and then a lot of the free stuff that I offer is let's set up your pressure washer. Is it giving you the max GPM? Are you at the right pressure? Do you need to change your orifice? Does your foam cannon need to change the orifice? Like all that free advice that some of us here will know, but not the common person will know. I do
Yeah.
that for free. So people will come by locally. We set up the PSI gauge. We'll test it. We'll play with it. We'll fine tune it. And so I do that part for free. And because of that, I build a relationship with the local people. And thankfully for them and their support, we keep a relationship moving along.
Nice. Chelsea has a question here. Have either of you tried any of the products from Avant-Garde, Noxie's brand? I have not.
I have not, but Pete Details is a buddy homie of mine. I flew to Florida just to go hang out with them one time.
Oh, nice.
You do have to be certified for Avant-Garde. And if I'm being real honest with you, that is the coating that to me is completely different. So would I say go get certified for that ceramic coating? I would say 100%. That coating is applied different. It has different behaviors. From what I've seen and read and discussed with Pete, you could even like semi light sandish polish and still have coating on it. And so that's let's call that's innovative. I would get certified for that. I'm almost willing to almost pay it myself and just go get certified just because I like new. And so yeah, that's a new one. I would recommend it. I look forward to speaking with more people that have tried it or used it. Pete and Knox are two geniuses. And again, when you have good leaders, you're going to get hitters, right? And so it goes back to that same concept. I fully respect Knox and Pete. And so because of that, I may take the course myself.
Nice. I agree. AF is phenomenal. Oh, look at, I'll do a giveaway as well. A bottle of Phoenix EOD Titan and a Detail Co Slim. Oh my goodness.
Sweet.
Amazing. Okay.
Are they giving it away to me? What are they doing?
Yeah, is this for Adrian?
Are you buying it for me? You guys are so sweet.
Adrian, last question, then we'll do giveaway. Being in your location, do you find it slightly difficult to find brands that comply with Prop 65, i.e. BH traceless?
Good comment. So being that I live in a community with HOAs, I try to use safe products. There is some products that catch my attention that are just not sold in California. So that just, it is what it is. I try to get access of those items in other ways. But yeah, being in California, there's certain products that are, let's call them quality, that are just not allowed here. And so I am somewhat limited, but I still try to get my hands on them, right? I have buddies outside of state, and we figure out ways to get a hold of them to play, right? At the end of the day, I still play. I have panels, test panels. I polish, I lock myself in the garage and play and practice myself. And then I have panels that I try different toppers or sealants, and I go throw them in the backyard and let the sprinklers have a good time with them and see what lasts. How long does it last? And so at Always, I'm still a kid at heart when it comes to detailing. So yes, I do like to play. And sometimes getting access to those chemicals that not everybody has here in California is something I seek as well. So yes.
Very nice. All right, guys, let's do a giveaway. So this giveaway is going to be for Conway's gracious offer here of Pairway and Thick, the coating Thick, Pairway and Thick. So first person in the comments let's see, let's do this for Phoenix EOD since that's who got you started, Adrian, correct? So who are the four horsemen?
Ooh, that's a good question.
EOD. Who are the four horsemen? I need the four horsemen, not the products, the people. Who are the four horsemen for Phoenix?
You guys they're getting funny in the chat because Chingy just put a hilarious comment.
Adrian doesn't have a big enough booty to shake.
Hey, for the right dollar, I will shake it. What even though I got much?
Let's see. Oh, there. Let's see.
Right. Oh, is that it right there? I think I just saw it.
Oh, okay. So Ricardo Close. Is it this one? Fab, Papa, Phil, and Spittler. Right? I think that's
misspelled,
correct.
But yeah, I think it works. Is that spelled right?
I think it.
Yeah, that's
Ricardo,
right.
Yeah, that is right. It is Fab, Papa, Phil, and Spitler. All right. So
Yep, that works.
please email me. I know you have my email already, but KaylinTorres82@gmail.com, and let me know the giveaway that you won. So that was again for the Pearway and the thick coating. So yes, congrats, Alvin. Very cool.
Alvin, you're gonna love that coating. I swear, it's one of the few coatings that it feels, and this is not to brag, it's because it's on my personal car. It feels like you got a topper on your car when it's just the coating. It's some good stuff.
Very cool. Do the next one in the comments. Okay. All right. The comments after the show. That's what he's saying. Okay, I will absolutely do that. So the next one in the comments. So when this show ends, please post in the comments. You do not have to post a hashtag torta. You don't have to post a hashtag or anything specific. Just post in the comments, and then before next Monday's show, I will do a drawing, and this will be for the Detail Co. Slim and EOD Titan. Let's see. Christy, I've been meaning to email. Did you send out the interior detailers from the other giveaway? Please email me again, and we will talk about that. Email me, KaylinTorres82@gmail.com. Please email me with that comment, and I will get whatever it is off the top of my mind. I'm kind of not sure what we're talking about here, but email me and I will get it squared away. Thank you so much. I think I have answered all the questions. If I've missed any, I am so sorry. So let's end this. We've been on for about an hour. Let's end this with a rapid fire. Are you down with that, Adrian? So I'm going to ask you. Oh, go ahead. Are you good?
I don't think that fast, but go.
Okay. So again, try not to think and just give me your first answer. So best investment under $500.
Tortas. No, I'm kidding. Best investment under $500.
I don't disagree.
No, best investment. What would be my favorite under $500? It has to be Air. I love Air tools.
Okay. Air tools. Very good. What is, you think, the biggest waste of money in a business?
Biggest waste of money? Oh,
Yeah.
I have to think about that one.
Okay, I'll let you think a minute.
Biggest waste of money. Everything's so good, it just has its place. I'm gonna go with an extractor.
Okay. Most underrated skill.
Most underrated, your own practice. Like your own practice is probably more important than anything else out there.
I love that. Great answer. What is one habit that for you changed everything? For the podcast.
It's a habit that I try to keep, but it's just being open-minded, right? Learn from everyone. Even though you may not agree with everyone, learn. What is it that they do different? So just learn. Learn and then come to your own conclusions yourself.
I love that. We have Adrian, the Torta Whisperer.
Yeah, don't mess around. Get me in trouble.
That's hilarious. Okay. Last one. What is a piece of advice you can give to anybody who wants to turn their side hustle into a legitimate business in detailing?
Advice to start a side hustle. Back to the learning piece. Learn that writing stuff off is really nice. So if this is a side hustle, you probably have income. Learn to do your taxes, learn to write stuff off, learn to create value, learn to negotiate, because at the end of the day, there's probably programs you could take advantage of. Back to the Thor business program, learn to kind of build that for yourself so you get the lowest cost on things. And at the same time, you're also negotiating and learning and adapting everything that you can. But it kind of sums everything up, is just invest in yourself, learn, and yeah, just keep it moving.
I love it. And I like what Tim says here. Don't use a credit card when you get started. And also don't get
Oh my
lost
Jesus.
mention Shopify because Shopify is dangerous.
The using your credit card is insane, right? Like majority is just real facts. Majority of the US is in debt. The US, we're in crazy. That's a different. I don't like politics, but the US is in crazy debt. It's a common practice to be in debt, which is a sad thing to say, right? There is so much money to be had in detailing that you could start with a bucket and basics and make your money and slowly progress, right? Upgrade as your pockets get chunkier, right? A lot of people think that to start off, I need a Merca.
Yeah.
You may look cool, but it's not what you really need, right? You probably
Yeah.
need more practice, and there's probably a bunch of other stuff to do. But yeah, detailing is usually cash out the gate initially.
Yeah.
Use that. Invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Don't need to invest in all the bougie stuff out the gate. It come later. There's no rush for it.
I agree. Paying for is dangerous.
Yes,
It
yes,
is.
it is.
It is. And again, I think that also goes to say that when you are following trends and you think you need to have all the latest and greatest, but those things cost money. And when you first start, you might not have, that initial investment to put in there. I mean, it's a crapshoot. If you're not smart about it, you
100%.
get upside down
Yeah,
before you even start,
a lot of people as they start feel like they need the Ferrari to like do good, right? The Ferrari of whatever that product is.
Yeah.
And I don't agree. I have the funds to pay for all the Ferraris. They're not my choice because I've played with them and I kind of lean back to what's cost effective, what works, and do I like it, and do I like the people that support the brands? And to me, I'll lean on that a lot more than the marketing hype, right?
Yeah. I really am trying to respect your time, but we have one more question if you're willing to answer.
I'm good. Yeah, I got the time.
Okay, good. What percentage do you think is good to put back into the company? This is actually a good question.
That's a good one. I lean mine out a lot. I think 10% is probably healthy. The reason I say 10%, it's almost like you're holding for taxes, but the reason I say 10% is probably way more than enough budget than you need, right? So you could easily do 1%, 5%, but you could do 10 initially only because you may need to hone in on what you have, right?
Yeah.
And then if you're saving 10 and don't need it, that's also very healthy, right? So to me, it's more important to learn to save, to budget, to have a cushion of money for those emergency moments, seasons, days, whatever it is. I like putting money aside. And so, yes, I do have an allotment for what we call R&D, but I find myself not using it as much. Also, back to the networking, the key piece about like the benefit in networking is you have the ability with friends and different brands to send you stuff. And so that does happen sometimes, right?
Yeah.
I think was it Alvin? Alvin just won part of a raffle, right? Use
Yeah.
the advantage to win raffles to try stuff.
Yeah. I absolutely agree with that.
There's just so many varying factors, but I would say 10 would be a crazy healthy amount. Yeah, Keeve just made a comment about taxes, but 10 would be a really healthy amount. If we were being realistic, I'd probably cut it down to like 2%, 5% of profit.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, a business is not solidified by testing, right? It's by consistency.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, either way, we'll play it by ear.
Chingy says buy Tolkos, not pretzels. Oh wait, never mind. You went down that rabbit hole. Because the
I sell Tolkos. And for me they're good enough. I'm interested in the press holes, but I've never. You guys are gonna laugh at me. I've never found a reason where I want the double pump. Right? To me, if I want double pump, I need a foamer. I need a different tool.
Yeah.
And so I haven't found a need. Fun fact: Eddie sent me one because way back in the day, before he got bigger than life, I designed a custom logo for him, and so I designed a custom logo for him back in EC Details days, and I sent him the bottle back because I found no need for the bottle myself, and so I did the logo. I sent him bottles. I'm like, when do you want double pump? Like, just go get a different sprayer. But I do see it's cool. I like it. Again, the Toco it just does it for me.
The Tortas disagree about the double pump.
Hey, you're doing more than 2 pumps. Something's going
Are we
on.
no two pump chump? Chingy is bougie. Why do we got all these bougie men in here? What's going on?
Detailers tend to have a little bit bougier men. I think that just comes with it.
That's not what your detailed image account says, Chingy. Oh my God.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is why I
yeah.
love this community. So fun.
Yeah, clean car and a pump for Chingy. That's part of his detail package.
Oh, there you go. That's funny. Are you into the big Cologne game? Has Eddie got you onto the Cologne game yet? Have you been watching his moment of the day? You know, he's such an influencer.
He is an influencer, and I do follow his vibe. I actually ordered it. We're getting close to that day, but I actually ordered one of the bottles as a Mother's Day gift using that discount code that he made available. So,
oh, nice.
Obsidian, something.
Okay.
Anyways, I bought it for Mother's Day gift for my wife. It has like a butterfly, like it's a design butterfly cage. And so, yes, I did that. Do I use a lot of cologne? No, I just have one that I use and it'll last me forever. In my real job, I dress up and tie and all that fancy stuff. I do raise my pinky. But I don't find myself using cologne all the time.
Okay. Chingy says you're still rocking Obsession V1. And now Eileen says you're a CK1 kind of guy.
The cologne that I have currently, if you guys give a crap about what cologne, it's like a gold brick. I don't know, Pablo something. Anyways, it's a $1 million or something, a gold brick. Anyways, that one smells good.
Anyway.
Whatever the heck it's called.
Yeah. What? Nobody wears Stetson anymore. Yeah. My dad used to back in the day. Double pump obsession. Oh, I love it. Now we have cars with Kiev, Adidas shorts and random t-shirts. Oh my goodness. This is fun.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes, Old Spice. Again, Adrian, thank you so much for taking your time out of your Monday to visit with us. I feel like this has been an amazing conversation. Yeah, I have. I feel like I've learned quite a bit. I love when I come on and I actually feel like I'm being schooled. And I love it.
I thought you were the teacher.
I know, right? No, I'm off.
No,
I am
not. Okay. No, it's just one.
Amazing.
Thank you for the time, and I am beyond grateful for those in the comments.
Absolutely.
Those that support me, those that have ordered for me. Everything that I do has been a true joy. A lot of times I find myself chatting with you guys for some random stuff, and so it just makes my day. Allows me to kind of smile as I'm packaging stuff. And I do it because I enjoy it. I continue to try to learn and anything that I could help educate others from a business mindset or just in general. That's what we're here for, right? And then there's going to be moments where some people are down and we just tend to lean on each other. And those are the times that we just got to keep it real with each other and support one another, right? It's not always peaches and cream.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's tortas.
Yeah, that's right. And there's nothing wrong with tortas. Let me make that very clear. I agree. And this is something I need to do. In fact, I was going to do it before the show tonight so that I could be rocking Detailed AF, but I definitely need to go buy a hat. Everybody go buy one. Hopefully you have them in stock, Adrian. You might have a big order from all these people coming in. Do you have them? All right.
No. Yeah, we have them in stock, and so they're here. I'll just send you one, Christy. I know where you're at. I'll just send you one. That part's easy. I appreciate those that make it fun, right? So appreciate you having me on, and thanks everybody. A lot of the names that are in the chat are ones that make me smile or laugh for some random reason. Did we do the other giveaway? We could do a fun giveaway.
Well, the other giveaway I had suggestions from the chat to do the Detail Co Slim and EOD Titan in the comments after the show. So that, some of us don't have speedy fingers or speedy Wi-Fi, so it's not always the fairest sometimes.
I hear you. I was gonna guess like when did Adrian have hair back in the day? What year? But all right. Other than that, thank you.
I don't even know that question. So you guys, again, don't comment after the live show ends so that, again, you can be in that drawing for Detailco Slim and EOD Titan. Thank you again, Adrian, for being with me tonight. And as always, for everyone else, I will catch you on the next one.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.